What's up friends and families, welcome back to your boy building another keyboard today, and it is going to be another new brand we have not tackled yet so far, which is this. Yes, something from KBDFans, which is one of the most popular keyboard shopping website, mostly for the Western people, but you can also buy on Shopee for us Malaysians. But anyway, this is the KBD67 Lite R3, which has been around for a year and a half average, which is considered old for some people. Given that this board even in round 4 has been sold out or discontinued for all that matter, I don't mind the age of this kit one bit, especially when you consider the price, which I will be talking about in the end. Well, in short, this is a 65% keyboard kit made of ABS plastic, and just by looking from the outside, it feels like a one-piece case, but it's actually a dual piece of top and bottom. It's just that the top piece is cut to the exact fitting to the bottom piece for a cleaner look. And it has a 6-degree typing angle, which is fine by me, and it is available in wired and wireless models technically, but the one we have here is just wired. And it is a gasket mounted keyboard, but not in your traditional way of pour-on strips or your newer tadpoles, balls, lattice, but rather silicone gaskets, and they go in contact with the plate dampening silicone layer, which they call mute silicone, so technically not on the plate itself. So from the get-go, this is one of the more unique mounting styles, or you call like mounting decisions in the market, but given that how old this thing is, well, one might say that they are adventurous or simply being edgy, but you be the judge. Yes, the total package comes with the back as well. Very cool. So for the switches, I've actually gone full circle and back to square one, and I'm picking my recent favorite, the Cherry MX Black Hyperglides. For the modifications, I went with Geon's 22mm 60g single stage springs and dipped them with 105 G0 oil, while the switch housing gets a light 205 G0 on the rails prior to breaking in, because I just want to maintain the scratch for as long as possible. And yeah, they are pour-on film as well. As for the keycaps, with the smoky black kit, let's just be safe and steady here, and I'm sure you've came across this combo at least once on the internet. Let's go with the Red Samurai set from iFei. They are the cherry profile keycaps made with ABS plus PVD combination, and speaking the truth, I do prefer that the maroon light deep colors from iFei rather than other brands' versions, but this is just my own preference. Well, now for the build. Although it does come with a set of Durock V2 steps, they are only good or decent if you have the time to mod and tune it to give them some love, but I had other ideas since I want to try out the new TX AP 2023 stabilizers, which I lived them the day before. Well, just want to talk about them briefly. The fitting of the wires towards the housing clip is really tight, to the point where I'd say that the word AP is less about almost perfect and more about making me into an angry person because it's just so tight. Well, back to the build. I want to try out something fun, so let's try going plateless to get all the cherry scratching goodness, shall we? So let's do it. So from my opinion, the plateless build actually makes the MX Blacks pop, but not in the usual sense, since it is hitting against the mute silicone foam rather than the PC plate, which can be a little bit muted in my opinion, but you can still hear the scratch in general. But there's also a bit of a problem where the switch just kind of wobble up and down, and the stabilizers are not really getting fitted perfectly, which I will be tuning them later on. But let's talk about some of the good points of this board. I like it supports QMA and VIA, so remap anything you like. Do macros to your heart's desire. Simply great. Well, another one is the inclusion of the stabilizer set, and I'm happy that not only it is a Durock V2 set, but it is actually something that complies with actual MX stem sizes. But they are nice to have nevertheless, so you can go with it no problem. As for the design, I do prefer the matching top and bottom piece cutouts, mostly due to my OCD, and perhaps I just like one piece kits a little bit too much. But we can't skip over the little corner cutting facts, and for one, the coil cable is a little bit facepalm in my opinion, because the coil part is just too long. It looks like an old telephone cable rather than a keyboard cable, so I'll prefer something a little bit more, a higher quality cable, like a braided one maybe. Well, aside from that, there's no daughterboard in here, and kits cheaper than it has it. Well, that means less room for customization in regards to your vertical height, such as the flex adjustment, the thickness of the foam, and whether how many layers of the tape mod you can apply. But if you can live with that, this KBD67 Lite R3 is pretty good on its own, and they have a slightly higher budget, and you want something from the KBDFans brand. Well, here's a list of the parts I've used it so you can gouge the price in SRP and replace them with something else to fit your budget. In this particular instance, my rating for it goes from pretty good to damn son. And it is all because of the price. Thanks to our local keyboard shop, Mecca Malaysia, doing a promotion of 2 of these at just $5.99. One of these only costs 300. Sheesh moment indeed. At just 300 ringgit, you get a full set of accessories you need to build the full keyboard, plus you have a nice bag to go with it. I say that there's no reason to not get it if you already have plans to build one. So that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.